Hello indie game fans! As per your suggestions, this is a video on 10 indie games under $10 for the Steam Winter Sale 2018. I didn't really know where to start with this list since I don't want to cover old ground over and over again, but instead provide you guys with some fresh titles and cool indie games to check out. However, do note that I may still lapse into old habits since some of these are just that good. Do bear in mind that these are very me games and of course fall into certain genres which I particularly enjoy. Asura is a top-down roguelite inspired by Indian mythology, and I always like it when games pull from sources that are not your traditional Greek, Egyptian or Norse mythology. It has permadeath, procedural generation of levels, and interestingly enough, procedurally generated skill trees for each run. This scores points for being unique. Learning about Aztec mythology and history through Age of Empires 2 was one of the more memorable gaming experiences that I had in my youth. And Aztez puts you right into the thick of things with a stylish brawler combined with a strategic, tactical overlay that sees you conquering cities and crushing revolts. The action is slick and very fun, so this is personally recommended. A more than 3.5-year-old game by now, Cities Skylines continues to impress with the quality of its city building simulation, with 19 DLC packs to date, most adding a significant aspect to the game. When all is said and done, I strongly believe that this will stand the test of time in being the city builder to beat, ahead of titles like SimCity. A side-scrolling brawler from the developers of Rogue Legacy, I was very excited when I first discovered Full Metal Furies, and for the most part had a pretty great time with this. I would say that this is more of a modern Castle Crashers, only with significant differences in characters, and the loop of fighting, leveling up, unlocking skills and upgrading equipment is so compelling. However, this certainly shines in multiplayer, since switching between characters while playing alone is not as fun, but a real solid entry nonetheless. The original Halcyon 6 was one of my favorite games of 2016 since it was a turn-based RPG with both space and land combat, as well as a strategic layer involving defending a system against the alien threat. The LIGHTSPEED edition was introduced in 2017 with all the added content bundled together, such as a more streamlined campaign, better AI, enhanced combat, and a progression system for your officers. The best part was that all existing owners of the first version of this got the LIGHTSPEED edition for free, and if you have not tried this, go pick it up.
You talk about the war ending. There's only one end to this war. We must learn the secrets of the Masquerades.
Something is happening. Something that we cannot see, that is on a level beyond us. It frightens me to wonder what it might be.
I'm sorry.
A strange choice of greeting.
If I hadn't done what I did, maybe she wouldn't have died.
Masquerada Songs and Shadows is a tactical RPG with a Venetian theme, with the backdrop of civil unrest between the powerful, magic-slinging Masquerada and the impoverished lower classes. I love the theme and style of the game, and the art style, a little reminiscent of the Banner Saga, does stand out as well. The combat is real-time with a pause, so get this hidden gem if you are into this sort of game.
Nothing is lost until death, and little is gained without it.
Welcome back to Umber, my friend.
Basically MS Paint's story mode, Passpartout the Starving Artist has you stepping into the shoes of the eponymous Starving Artist, where you have to paint in order to pay the bills. The concept and execution is pretty neat, and seeing your horrendous or magnificent masterpieces fetch a pretty penny is satisfying. Weird, quirky, and pretty clever all things considered. I love physics puzzle games, and Polybridge is perhaps the epitome of this. While at its core, it is a game about building bridges to let cars get from point A to point B. You can build ramps to launch the cars, bridges with hydraulic systems that can open and close to allow ferries to pass through, and even multi-level bridges. I love the Zen puzzle game, and the low poly art style of this certainly contributes to that. Unworthy is one of the more overlooked titles of 2018, and I think it may be because of the name as well as the monochromatic look. This is a Souls-like Metroidvania without jumping, featuring very chunky combat and a medieval-inspired world that has monsters in it as well. Monochrome is a tricky thing to get right, but in my opinion, this does look fantastic. Finally, Wuppo is a cute and strange Metroidvania since you play as an exiled worm creature in a world with other creatures such as Thanakers and areas like Purple City and Lycopolis. Super weird but fascinatingly so, and this is up there with some of the more unique indie games available. For more great sales picks from the past, check out the previous video or click on the recommended playlist, and I will see you after the jump.